lawful wedded husband.
To be my...
Barbara not Barbara Jean's heart. With a tramp like you?
Well, I know it hurts being third rate, but aren't you accustomed to it yet?
Oh, Robin, I see.
I myself the slut of Springfield!
Son of a bitch in here. I found out myself what love is all about.
Hey everybody, it's me, Nikki. Hey everybody, welcome to Ranting with Ricardo. We're here to talk about them soaps. But before we do all of that, don't forget to hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell so you can be notified about all the great things we have going on over here. And also remember to check the description box down below for all that great, good stuff we have. I'm going to say this now. This episode was just a little bit messy at General Hospital, so let's get into it. Let's see where we can go with this. Oh, where the hell was Mac? How to explain where he was. Mac was out somewhere helping Frisco. And he had to explain to Frisco that, you know, I'm helping you. It's cool and all. We family. But guess what? The Jones girls, Georgie 1.0, 2.0, Maxie, and Felicia, they're mine. I've taken care of them. I have loved them. I've given them everything they needed that they didn't get from you. And Frisco just had to accept that. So I'm just like, you know what? Mac is a good man. Because he raised a lot of children that weren't his off the basis of family and love. And him and Felicia almost got busy on Maxie's couch, but it didn't happen because Felicia stopped it. She was like, Spinelli lives here. There may be cameras around here. Robert and Nana came and, you know, stopped by and visited, and that's where they let him know that, yes, Jagger is in town. You probably shouldn't talk to him because he is not the same Jagger you knew back then. That's right, because he's the fake Jagger. He is. And that he's going after Anna, but listen, Anna said she don't need nobody's help. She got this taken care of. Okay, she got it all handled. Fendon went down to the hospital and thought he was going to work, and because Portia already knows about his drinking, so does Terry. So they call him into the office and is like, listen, we need to talk about your drinking and what that could possibly mean for your patients and your job here. We think you should go to AA, and we're here as your bosses but also your friends. So, like, we want to help you. We want to do all these great things to make sure you're okay. But once again, because Terry had already had this conversation and Portia did too with Elizabeth, y'all know people with addictions, you can't help them unless they want to be helped. And unfortunately, Finn is going to have to hit rock bottom before he asks for help. So he decided he don't want their motherfucking help. He don't need their motherfucking help. He go off on them and he says, listen, I'm going to make this real easy on y'all. I quit. I said, not you quit. How are you going to buy alcohol? How are you going to buy the drink? How are you going to do that? How are you going to buy alcohol? You need this job to do so. How are you going to take care of Violet? How are you going to pay your rent? These are all logical questions on how he's going to be able to do anything without a goddamn job. But since he don't want to work no more, you know, like they said, the people say some people don't want to work. Finn don't want to work because the people is holding him to task, calling him to the front carpet. You're an alcoholic. Please stop drinking. We're going to get you some help. He don't want to do that. So he like, who told on me? Was it Elizabeth? Still going off. So at this point, he's like, I'm going to make it easy on y'all. I quit and walked about that office and then went and read Elizabeth the riot act for snitching him out. And I'm like, she needed to snitch you out. Because while you was trying to debate between, where is it at? Child, I done dropped. Y'all didn't see my arm. While he was trying to debate between drinking and going to work, drink, work, drink, work, drink. What am I going to do? Am I going to take this drink or am I going to go to work? Sat up there and spent a whole 20 minutes, not a whole 20 minutes, just spent all that time after Violet left to go to the pool trying to, you know, decide if he was going to have a drink or if he was going to go to work. You finally went to work. That's a problem. If you have to figure out if you're either going to drink your life away or go to work for the day, that's a problem. You need help. You realize you need help, but you don't want it because you're still living in your grief. So he decides to go off on Elizabeth. He calling her everything but a child of God, telling her about herself, and then she's like, listen, I was worried about you. I was worried about your patients. If you want to be mad at me for doing that, then fine. But the patients, you and Violet, that's who I'm worried about. And I know you could be back to the great man and caring man that you once were, that I loved. And she just say loved, love, L-O-V-E, not L-O-V-E-D. And he just continued to go off on her and basically told her, I don't want you around my daughter. I don't want you nowhere near her. Don't call her. Don't talk about her. Don't write her. Don't even think about her. She was like, but you made me her guardian. I made a mistake. So he leave. And he go home and he got the shaking hands. What am I gonna do? And decides to have a drink. And so now it's gonna be a problem because, like I said, Violet went to the pool. Originally, she didn't want to go to the pool. She wanted to go to work with her father. but he convinced her to go to the pool. So now Maxie done came back home. She done brought James and Georgie back home, and she got to get Violet home. Are we taking Violet back home to be near a drunk Finn? My God, let that not happen. But in the preview, Chase wants to know why Tracy has Violet and where the hell is Finn. So there's that situation. Then we have the Dex coming to talk to Jocelyn, and Trina and Gio talking, and Gio saying something that pissed off Trina, and now Jocelyn had to check him with some light, not too much. And then when it told Trina business about Spencer dying, I'm like, girl, shh. Sometimes you gotta keep something to yourself. And everybody thought that Gio was here for Trina, but it looking like he got eyes for Jocelyn. And all I'm saying is, it's time to bring, you know, the ratio of single men to single women in Port Charles is not that great. Can we get some new men? Liz need a new man, Carla need a new man, Trina need a new man, Monica, whenever she shows up, need a new man. I'm not saying men will make them happy, but having a fling every now and then, or having somebody to crack your back, or just, you know, take you out on dates, you know, it's always nice to have. So all this is happening down to the pool, and then we get to Spinelli, Sam, Carly, and Jason of it all. Because Spinelli and Sam then broke into the FBI, and they figured out what fake Jagger has on Jason. They hear the audio file, and it's from the meeting that Carly was at when Jason broke out of the hospital to get to the meeting, but went back to save Britt and saved Cam from being pew-pewed. He got pew-pewed himself, so he couldn't go to the meeting. Carly had to show up as a way to show that this Corinthos organization was still in charge, and they were still taking care of everything, and now it's a possibility that she go to jail for 20 years. And Sam is pissed, and rightfully so, because you mean to tell me you spent 2 years away from your children for Carly? That's fucked up. That's messed up. All those things. But I seem to remember at the time you were boasting about this, and when when Jason went to the safe house, you found the safe house, and you were like, I ride out with you. You was willing to go with him. Liz was blaming him for Franco's death. You was ready to ride out with Jason and go on the run with him. Miss, he's dangerous. So in the 2 years that you've managed to grow up, and weren't you dating Dante at the time that you was willing to ride out with Jason? I think you were. Anyway, she's pissed. She's like, he did all this for Carly. A grown woman made her choices. You made your choices too, Sam. Remember choices you've made? You had the perfect life with Drew, but you didn't want it. You wanted Jason. You have made your choices. I don't remember you being upset at Drew for getting on that plane to return that money. I don't remember that. I don't remember you being upset at Drew for all the things that he did that, you know, when the helicopter plane, whatever it was, went down, you weren't this mad. At the end of the day, you have every right to be upset as a mother because you had to watch your child grieve for their father. You have every right to be upset. But you don't have the right to be upset at Carly because Carly don't know. Carly does not know. So she has Spinelli make a copy of the recording for her, and she goes down to the Metro Court to talk to Carly, and she's like, there's something you need to hear. So if you play the recording for Carly, and Carly hears that she's what kept Jason away from his family, oh, now she's about to scheme, plot, and scam. And we all know her schemes, her plots, and her scams never actually work out the way they're supposed to. And this is the reason why Jason didn't want her knowing. Jason needs the timeline sped up of getting Valentine, Pikeman, and Jagger up off his ass. He called Anna down there to talk about this need to be sped up. Drew's running for Congress. Carly came down there and told him that. And Carly is like, I don't want you and Drew to be beefed out like you and AJ were beefed out over me. I'm glad we're bringing up these different things so she remembers the fact that, yes, while AJ and Jason were always going to be beefed out for the rest of their life, you know, him causing Jason's accident, stuff like that, and AJ always wanting what Jason had, they definitely got even more beefed out over the fact that Jason knew AJ was the father of Carly's baby, and he played father to Michael and always defended Carly against the Quartermains, and it was just like this whole big thing. So I'm glad they're bringing that back up. Carly once again needs to be held to task for that situation right there, but I'm team Carly on this situation of she didn't know. Once again, if she had known, she would have schemed, plotted, and scammed like she always does, but she didn't know about this, and Jason's been keeping this away from her because, once again, them schemes, them plots, and them scams never work out. And like, she went down there and she was like, I don't want you and Drew to be beefed out over me. I want you to have a life. Drew gets to be happy. I want you to be happy. And Jason's like, I'm happy with my life. So she ran it down to him. Working in a warehouse, FBI informant, can't see your kids for real like that. And Sonny's running around town telling everybody you are a traitor. That's a good thing for you. That's what you want to do. And he says, listen, I did what I did for a reason. I did it to protect the people I love. And at the end of the day, when this is all over, I'm going to have the life that I want. And it's like, okay. But Carly's like, what was so, like, she's begging him to tell her, what the hell was so important that it kept you away for 2 years, away from your family, and had you become an FBI informant? Tell me what was so important. And he won't tell her. Now, Anna knows, Jagger knows, Jason knows, and now now Sam and Spinelli know that the thing that was so important was keeping Carly from going to prison, federal prison. So she's going to do every bit of that federal time for 20 years, thus missing out on her children and grandchildren growing up, as in Donna and the grandchildren, and then seeing whatever became of Jocelyn's life. So Sam is pissed. She's like, he chose her over us again. He chose her over us again. And it's just like, where you been at? This is an ongoing thing. Like, this is always going to happen unless you are someone like a Brit who said, oh no, baby, I don't play three. I'm not in, this is not a three-way. This is not going down. We're not even a throuple. I'm not playing background. I'm not playing second best to nobody. And she let Jason go. And when Jason started chasing after her, she made him work for it. And one of the things was going down on a damn island and saving her mama. Jason makes bad decisions. He does. I think that he thought that, at least the FBI would say that, hey, we're holding him. He's going to do a little federal time, all that stuff. But to think, I don't think he thought they were going to allow people to think he was dead. And that's exactly what they did. So, boom, you have that. And now Sam is about to go on a rampage. She don't want to strategize. She don't want to use the recording, to her advantage. She's going to go down there and show Carly. Because she pops up on Carly, and it's just like, if you give Carly this information and let her listen to that, that means Carly is then going to scheme, plot, and scam, and is going to put a monkey wrench into everything that Jason and Anna were trying to do. And when everybody finds out that Jason was trying to protect Carly, then Jagger is going to know. And either Carly's going to go to jail, or, because I'm still confused on how you and Spinelli were able to do all of this without him knowing. And it's just like, either he didn't do the job he was supposed to do to get the real information on Jason to know who all the players in his life were, or he's playing y'all, and that's not the real reason he's doing all of this. So now he's possibly going to use y'all breaking into the FBI against Jason to help him even more. Boom. More problems are ahead. On top of that, you went to see Carly and not Jason? Go see Jason and use this against him, since this is all about keeping him the hell away from Danny. And I say once again, what exactly are you going to do if you keep trying to push and pull them apart? It's only going to cause more issues. Even if you succeed in keeping Jason and Danny away from each other, Danny is still going to run away from you because you were controlling even before Jason came back. You were controlling him even before, and that's why he felt like he needed to sneak out the house, and why he needed to get drunk, and why he needed to do all these things, because he wanted to act out, because he felt like you were too controlling of him. You won't let him play football. You won't let him ride dirt bikes. You won't let him go camping. You won't let him do this. You won't let him do that. Just like different things that are like, football is a school sport. He wants to play football with the school. Don't want to do that. Dirt bikes, I understand, dangerous. Maybe a four-wheeler, or maybe be like, listen, I don't feel comfortable. It's a little dangerous. So maybe you want get like a regular bike or a scooter, moped, something. Camping. You could have took your son camping. You could have did all these things. Once again, Sam's holding on too tight under the guise of, I'm trying to protect him. But it's really like Sam's feelings are hurt that she didn't get chose first again. And I'm just be honest. I wish Sam was more like fanfiction Sam in this particular fanfiction that I've read, where Sam decides, you know what, I'm not about to put up with this no more. He's never going to choose me. I'm going to choose myself. I'm going to choose my children, and I'm going to go on and live my best life. I'm going to go on and make a business and a better life for me and my children. I wish she was more like that, instead of constantly harping on the fact that he chose Carly, he chose Carly, he chose Carly. And instead of going after Carly, fanfiction Sam would go eat Jason up. Sam, I don't know what's going on with her, but they got to figure this out, because at the end of the day, I truly understand wanting to protect your kid. Wholeheartedly understand that. Never going to disregard any of that, trying to protect your child, but you're doing it the wrong way. Don't go see Carly with the recording. Go light into Jason's ass with that recording and get what you want out of him. And I'm going to be honest. If you are so adamant that you don't want your son around Danger and you don't want your son around Jason, why, specifically the Danger, why are you still living in the penthouse that you and Jason shared? Everybody knows where that penthouse is, so boom, more danger. You live down the hall from Sunny, boom, more danger. You could have moved out of the penthouse completely and got you somewhere better and safer to live. On top of that, if you really wanted to cut all ties with Jason, you would give back all the money that he ever gave you. Granted, he would never take it. He would tell you to keep it. But if you really wanted to make a clean break and be done with Jason, you would do all the things that I mentioned before. At the end of the day, I'm trying to figure out where the hell the storyline is going, and I hope they throw another twist and turn, as in, we weren't really doing this for Carly, and there was more to the recording, or there was more to evidence, and it was really to help save Morgan or something like that. But I feel like Sam would have an issue with that too. At the end of the day, while Jason made a bad choice this time around after the FBI picked him up, Carly's important to him, and they have a codependent relationship. When the chips are down, their backs against the wall, and everybody in turn their back on them, those two only have each other. And that's how it's going to be, and that's how it's always going to be. And you either choose to be like, put your foot down and be like, I'm not about to deal with this, and move on and have him chase after you. Or you continue to live this pathetic little life where it's just like, I'm just going to accept whatever scraps they give, and then I'm going to complain about it. Jason messed up in this situation. Carly, while she shouldn't have gone to the meeting, something had to be done, or Cyrus was about to flood poor Charles with drugs, and he didn't care who he was selling it to. I'm still team Carly. You shouldn't have thrown her son, shouldn't have thrown Morgan in her face when your family is the reason he died in the first place, allegedly. And that first time you claimed that he abandoned y'all, it was your Cassadine family and their group of minions that decided to play puppet master with him and Drew's life. And he wouldn't have been on that island had your family, your Uncle Victor, not kidnapped Liesel and also was holding Drew hostage. But you know what? That's too much like rights, too much like logic. It's too much to say, Sam, just eat Jason up and be done with it. That's all. You don't even have to have a real relationship with him. Truly, I'm going to just say this. If Sam truly wanted to be done with Jason, she would go to court and have his parental rights terminated, and then she would take full custody of Danny. But she ain't did that. Jason has no parental rights to Jake. He wants to have a relationship with Jake, but he has no parental rights to Jake because Jake was adopted by Lucky. Legally speaking, that is Lucky's son. Jason had no hand in how he was raised up until the time that he was hit by the car, allegedly, and Helena kidnapped him, and he had been on the island the entire time because Lucky and Liz raised him. And then what time he did get to spend with him was cut short after the trip and everything. But at the end of the day, you have so many options to just put an end to this and keep your son away from the danger, and you haven't taken it. So I don't know how serious I could take. I'm upset about my kid, and I want to keep my kid from danger, because the best way to keep him from danger, terminate Jason's parental rights, get full custody of Danny, move out of the penthouse, cut all ties with Jason, and keep it pushing. And I feel like you should feel a way about the fact that your other ex-husband, your other baby daddy, has said nothing to you about running for Congress, which means your dirt, just like Jason's dirt, is about to be brought back up again. And I wonder if those men that you have scammed are going to come back. Now that would be a good setup to this storyline. More people that she scammed coming back. Because it should say something that even Drew won't tell you what he got going on. But with that being said, that was all for them soaps. And I will see y'all tomorrow for some more. Hopefully I can get this episode and yesterday's episode out to y'all tonight. With that being said, I love everybody and I'll see y'all later. Bye.